I'm using the scatter shot. Now, scatter shot doesn't deal a lot of damage, but if you look at my weapon percentage, it has unlimited ammo. So it's a really nice weapon to have for Vanguard. Also because if you charge when you have if you have a reloadable weapon and the weapon is empty, after you charge, it tries to force your character to reload, and that could prevent you from meleeing. I talked about this earlier in my Back to Basics Gold Vanguard guide. If you want to read the guide, I'll leave the link in the description below, where I talk about the Vanguard that are built and a couple more gold gameplay videos of it. Anyways, this one's a bit more easier to talk about because I guess because you've already seen some of the gameplay from the Vanguard, so you kind of know what your skills do. And if you notice that the Nova actually lifts enemies, or kind of like, how would you say it? Lifts enemies and leaves them unsteady and makes them drop on the floor, pretty much. So that's the thing I was talking about. I also have the radius upgrade, because radius is very good for Nova. Nova has a large radius, and making that even bigger so it hits like dogs that chasing after you is really nice. So you see there, my Krogan engineer sniping. What I do, I use Nova to stagger, I use Shockwave to stagger, save my charge up for when I really need to use it to regenerate shields, or if I take damage, and I just let my engineer do a lot of the work. I mean, I'm tanking for him, he's killing them off for me. It's like a really win-win situation. No need to put myself in big trouble or big danger by charging in and acting all heroic like that. You could do that, you could really do that, but I'm more of a team player. So this gives me two options. I could charge when my shields are low, or if I notice my allies getting mobbed, I could just charge straight in and help him out right away without waiting for cooldowns. You could argue that since charge is on such a low cooldown, I could just do it anyways, but split seconds, and but that split second could be very vital in gold missions. So here I noticed that he actually stunned the Krogan, so I went to kill the dog first, and here I noticed the Berserker's moving a bit close to my ally, so I opted to go in and start meleeing him, regenerating up my shields, keeping myself healthy while also keeping myself as the main target. Now, there's a lot of people that play the Vanguard as a gung-ho kind of character. You see me using the weapon a lot more than the melee, and the reason that I like doing that is because I just play Mass Effect as more as a melee, I mean like a shooter class. The Vanguard as a shooter class. Ooh, words are hard, guys. Sorry about that. But I've had the Vanguard as a shooter class. I like using weapons in this game. I just like the feel and sound of scattershot as well. But I also like to not expose myself to too much danger. So, like if I charge in a group where there's 5 to 6 enemies, they're all going to start shooting at me, and even with that damage reduction of Bastion, the rank 6 evolution of charge, even with a full shield recharge, they're going to be in a lot of pain. So I could just slowly whittle them down with Nova and Shockwave, and then my ally could kill them off. So here, the Saboteur has a kind of stagger energy drain effect, and I know now this is where I fucked up. Another instance where I fucked up was when I got grappled, I'm pretty sure. Not this one, another time. I'll talk about it when it comes up. But yeah, here I'm just trying to move around the map as much as possible, trying to stagger as many people as possible, but also trying to like minimize the amount of bullets I take by moving in and out of cover, dashing in and out of cover. And you notice here, my teammates are grouped in that little cubby corner there. I want to stay out of that, except when that happens, when the Hydras target you, then you really don't want to get hit by those and get into cover as soon as possible. But yeah, I really want to be, if my allies are in a corner, I want to be on the outer edges of that corner. I really want to be taking as much fire as possible. I'm pretty sure it's here actually, where I'll get the, for some reason I was mashing my button and it just wouldn't let me kick him off me. That's the usual thing. So I noticed that I was going, that was half my fault, and also the half the game's fault for not letting me, I mashed that button pretty hard, by the way, and it wouldn't let me go out. So I dashed out in an awkward position, so I choose again to instead of just charging around like a heroic guy. Opt to go stay with my team, opt to become a tank for my team, opt to stagger for my team, opt to be in front of my team to draw as much fire as possible. This allows your teammates to do their job better, which my engineer has a kind of high disabling spec. And with me tanking for him, he can disable other enemies that are around me, and he can deal damage with his Vanquisher. So, as you saw here, that Vanquisher killed him from a pretty high health. That's what he's doing, so I really want to maximize the chances that he can get 3 shots off by drawing as much aggro on a class like the Vanguard. Now obviously you won't be doing this if you're playing other classes. For example, the engineer, you don't want to be up there as the engineer. You will disappear off the map. You will just, no, your health will just disappear like a magic trick. You'll just go poop. It'll just go on that fast. And so I noticed that guy on the left, he's took up my position, so I'm going to take up the position by the right, by the stairs, and use my AoE stagger abilities to help out my team as possible. Now if I charged there, I would have gotten staggered by the Berserker, and then the Hydra would have jumped down, and he could have instantly killed me, and then left me down, and that would have been really big trouble, and then my teammates would have to rush in to get me, unless I wanted to use a revive pack. So just play more conservatively is what I generally say to those people playing Vanguard. Obviously, you could think you're cool in that, and just do that yourself, but if you're on really good gold runs, I really recommend playing with the mindset that you have other people that you really need to think about as well. Anyways, here I'm just trying to draw as much attention as possible. I think I already said that as a lot, so I'll try not to say it a bit too much. But yeah, I chose the Nova charge there, to try and get him away from my Krogan engineer that was in the very back. I hope you appreciate what I do for you. But yeah. So we got a Krogan Gladi, no, Krogan, I can't remember what it was, but another Krogan class that has a flamethrower. So knowing this, I opt to go up in front and help kind of stagger and kind of help him out with the amount of damage that he takes. Now here I'm a bit trapped, but that's fine, because I have charge, and that means you're allowed to do kind of semi-risky stuff like that, like take on enemies that deal large amounts of damage at close range, because you're charging on low cooldown. Now instead of jumping up here, I could just charge up here, which is another nice feature of charge, using it as a maneuverability instead of a damage dealing kind of tool. It lets you get in close for your melee and shotgun blast. So that's a neat thing with charge. It's really nice. It's one of the funnest abilities in the game, and one of the ways that you can play Vanguard riskier without incurring the risks of taking damage, or without the risks of having your shields completely gone in an instant, like the engineers or the say adepts. Now here I notice a dog has come all the way around. So instead of having a jump on and grappling a target like it grappled me in that instance, I opt to choose to Nova it, because it's AoE and it doesn't require me to target it. It saves me from using charge, because if I charge, I won't have charge available for the next couple of seconds. And here I got to use Shockwave and Nova to stagger and detonate some blast. So here I see the adder and I opt to jump up and charge it. This will lock it in place because you charge it and allow it to not jump on my ally. And this is very nice. Now, there I see that a radar has come out, and I wanted to check if there was anything coming out along with that radar, so I opt to leave it suspended from the from the Nova, and check the side entrance to see if there was anything else coming up with it. Here I'm just trying to help out my Krogan engineer with using Nova to lift unshielded, unarmored enemies. Now I know he's CC, so there's no reason to just double stack crowd control effects. So what I mean is, if someone uses an ability like a throw and makes an enemy tumble all the way across the room, there's no reason to use charge or Nova or double stack CCs that are already CCing the same enemy type. There's just no reason to. You can just finish them off with your weapon and save it for a later use. Now see there, because I didn't use charge on that guy earlier, that allowed me to use charge here earlier, which allows me to CC some targets and lock them in place, and also deal damage. It's just a nice play. It's just a nice play more conservative. Just feels more useful than just charging around. If, for example, I charge there, then my allies might have gone down. Probably not, because they're pretty confident, but let's say worst case scenario. One of them gets down. The other guy is low on health and he has to run away. Then you're gonna have to run all the way across, and he might get executed, or you might get staggered before you reach there. It's just nice to save charge for when you really need to use it. Now here we also see that my ally gets insta down instead of insta sync kill, and he gets up immediately, because gold people, we use consumables when we need to. We don't like wait for reses or because what you have to realize is, to make gold runs more efficient, you're gonna have to sometimes burn those consumables. You really need to burn those consumables. You get at max 5 of each on every gold run. There's no reason not to use them. So here I could charge out. I could. And the reason I don't is, what if I get down? And then one of them tries to res me. What if that person gets down? And then there'll be a very big mess of things. So that's the reason I didn't charge out, but instead stay at the doorway. Because I'm a tanky class, I can take damage, so I stay at the doorway. I also see that an anarchist has thrown a grenade there, so I don't actually go out. Now I know it says an ally has down, but I see from the right side, if you look on the right side, those two green character symbols shows that they either got instantly up using a revive pack, or the other person revived him. So here, I don't have to go back and revive him myself, because he took the responsibility of getting himself up, or the other guy took the responsibility of getting the other person up. So it was just playing with players like these that take responsibility, and knowing that you might have mistimed or misjudged something and gotten yourself down. Just get up. There's also a kind of like cost benefit analysis as well. If there are a lot of enemies around you, and the other person that could go in for res is most likely going to take a lot of punishment and get down themselves, just get up yourself. That's just it. But if you're safe, you could wait. It's really, I guess, not personal preference, but it's really like judging the situation and calling when you should wait for res and when not to. Now here, again, staying at the front of the team. Now, I know my Krogan Vanguard there is using a kind of his flamethrower, so I use Shockwave to detonate to get a lot of fire explosions off and deal a large AoE explosions to damage everything. I know the targeting guidance missile system is out, because I know that my ally with the Vanquisher took it out. I also went to spin around to check to see if he was getting in trouble, or if anything was getting up in his grill, as some people would say. So if there was, I'll just, immediately charge back and help him out. Here I'm just using my abilities in sequence: Shockwave to detonate, and charge to keep my shields up and get the damage reduction. Now it is the last part of the wave, the extraction wave, so at this point in the game, I really want to try and clear a way for my allies to get through, or clear a path for my allies to get through. Now the most likely path they'll take is going up in that building up on the middle here. So here I really want to stay in front and try and deal as much damage to these guys as possible and get them out of the fight easier. So my ally on the right, he opted to go on the right side. Now here I'm just trying to stagger these guys and CC them, so my allies can have an easy time running through. Now here I mistimed my jump and almost die, and my saving barrier saved me. Rank 6 of barrier, where it gives you full barriers if you drop below 25% health. So it's a really nice combination of sustainability, damage, and control with this build. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Sorry if my commentary is really lame and that. I'm trying to help you guys out, but if you don't find it interesting, that's it. That's still alright. I hope to see you guys next time, and thanks for watching, everyone. See ya.